Welcome back to Studio South Africa, and today you join me inside the Suzuki Swift 1.2 GLX model, priced at 218,000 rand. Right. So now this mine is rated to the 5-speed manual, and you know what I always say about Suzuki, like gearboxes are to die for. It's a very smooth ride. I actually like it. It makes you feel one with the car. Essentially, when I got into the car, the first few times when I got into the car, I was not used to driving it anymore, or driving the brand Suzuki anymore, because I've been jumping out of different cars. So with the clutch, I was not used to such a smooth driving clutch, I should say. So it took me a bit of time to kind of adjust to that, but once I adjusted, I was perfect. So now this is the top of the range of the Swift models, the normal Swift, because above this when you opt for the Swift Sport. So now my one is finished with this beautiful two-tone you saw in the beginning. I'm gonna put the name of the two-tone because I kind of forgot the name, and so I don't want to say something wrong. I'm gonna put it down there. So now this car, right, I'm averaging 5.4. Is it fuel efficient? Very fuel efficient, actually. I'm yet to pour, and I don't think I'm gonna pour. The car's leaving tomorrow. It's a very nice drive, very smooth. It's also on highway cruising. It handles perfectly. Basically with this car, there's nothing more you could ask for. So now this car comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a nice thing I actually like about this Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is that the car asks you, do you want to use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay? You can just tick yes or no. And you know me, sometimes I don't want to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, so that option is very nice. If you watched my Suzuki Brezza review, click the pop-out banner right there. I had wished that the Brezza infotainment system should be here, and I said I am not sure if it's because this is the new one. This is the updated Swift, 2021 updated Swift. So update wise, it's just a slight change. Just in front, there's this, what I can see, there's this silver chrome bar in front. Then the lights at the back, those are very nice. They light up quite nice at night. I like those lights, and the two-tone color scheming. That's the part of the updated features in this car. I would have loved the infotainment system that's in the Brezza here, but this one as well is not a trade switch. This is the one that I had in the Swift Sport, so I actually like it, not too bad. Sound system could be better. It does tend to rattle at high volume, but for a car that costs 218,000, it's okay. You live with it. Now the thing is, I'm judging it from a point of view where I like music, so I like banging music a lot. So sound system not too great, but it gets the job done. That's that. And then space-wise, at the back, legroom, behind myself, sitting position, I fit perfectly. It's okay. There's not much of trade smash. I like as well that the back windows go fully down. You have a nice open. That's nice at the back. What I don't like as well, and I also mentioned it in the Swift Sport review, what I don't like in the Swift essentially is the big window. This window when it's open, right? When you're driving under 60, perfect. But once you touch 60 and you go above, there's a lot of wind noise that gets in, and then it hits the seatbelt. And when it hits the seatbelt, you know that sound, pop, 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 pop. That's the sound it makes, and that sound hurts you, and I don't like that. But overall, those cars are a great car to drive, to get the job done. City driving, perfect. Highway cruising, perfect. It's fuel efficient. It's a perfect car for a student. It's essentially will get the job done for you. It's also a nice first car. I wouldn't mind it as a first car. I was actually enjoying it, and the fact that it's leaving tomorrow is kind of like making me a bit sad, But it is what it is. I like it nonetheless. So this car drives nicely. The seats as well. The seats, in the Swift Sport, is bucket seats, right? So I was kind of criticizing these seats, but no, these seats are quite good as well. They're not bucket seat, but somehow they have a bucket seat feel. Here, right, and this side. It's not bucket seat type, but they hold you. So I like that because it puts you feel safe as well. And another thing that I like is just not here, but also up here. Let me just here. So for me, someone my size, you feel very, very nice in the seat. It holds you nicely. It's perfect, actually. I like it as well. And somehow I complained about the height adjustment of the seat belts in the Swift Sport, but in this one I am not complaining. How, I am not too sure. I think maybe because in the Swift Sport you can sit lower than in this car, because this car, it does have height adjustment for the driver, but it doesn't, it's not like a low, because in the Swift Sport it was quite low. I think that's why I complained in the Swift Sport about the seatbelt hitting my neck. But other than that, perfect car to drive. I've enjoyed it for the past week. I had this car in the same week I had the Picanto. So jumping out of a Picanto to this, the Picanto has that sense of premium. So at a point where I asked myself, the Picanto is 237, this is 218. Could I compare the two? Price wise, you can, right? But when it comes to size wise, you can't. The Picanto is slightly smaller than this. This is bigger than a Picanto, but cheaper than a Picanto. But a Picanto is more premium than this. So there's a lot of, mismatch to compare the two cars. Oh, cut. Before we carry on with the review, Nikki, tell your subscribers and your viewers what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know all the time I'm making new upload. Simple as that. So what do we do now, Nikki? Back to the review. So comparing this car with the Kia Picanto, price wise you can, but then based on, like, there's things that the Picanto is better in, then there's things that this is better in as well, because essentially these are the one, like, they're in the same type of category, although the Picanto, like, when I look at it, like, size wise, the Picanto, I'll put it up against the Suzuki Ignis. I'm yet to have that. So, but basing the Picanto on this, it's a very tough choice. Honestly, it's a very, very tough choice. Because I had the X-Line, and the X-Line is the top of the range one. So you get things that you don't get in this car. Like, there's that crisp sound system in that car. It has sunroof. There's soft touch materials on the top. The build quality is a bit better than this. But then size-wise, this is more practical. The Picanto has no boot space. Literally, this has a lot of boot space, leg room. So, I think it goes with what you want. If you were to tell me to choose one between the two, it would be very difficult. I think something that would make me take the Swift over a Picanto is definitely the space. The space in the Picanto is not there. So, but for a day-to-day driving car, it would be very hard to choose. Another thing that I noticed that I forgot to mention, and it's something that it literally comes in almost all the test cars I've had, is the reverse camera. Those cars fitted with the reverse camera. So because I am used to new cars having reverse camera, I don't mention it because I tend to forget about it. But this car has reverse camera. It doesn't have cruise control. It would be nice if it had cruise control, but at the same time, I don't blame the fact that it doesn't have it. It's 218. What car have you seen that costs 218 with cruise control, brand new? So this Suzuki essentially is just the overall perfect car. I've enjoyed it, loved it. Would I recommend it to someone? Definitely. It gets the job done. It's quite punchy when it needs to be. I'm sure you guys are saying, are you just saying that because it's Suzuki? I'll show you. It's punchy when it needs to be. This is a gear 3 pull. It's pulling. Still gear 3. It's pulling. The power is there, Then you say 4. Then you say 5, So the power is there when you need it. For a city, picks up perfectly. Highway, you'll be doing the speed limit perfectly. No stress. Doesn't shake. On the highway, handles perfectly. That's it's something that I need to put out there. It doesn't shake. But overall, 3 things I like, 3 things I don't like. That's actually becoming one of the hardest things I have to answer in the cars I've been getting, because there's things that I can't find I don't like. One thing, especially, I don't know if it's the specific model in the Swift or it's all Swifts, but the doors. For you to close them, you need to bang it for you to close. Otherwise, it's not gonna close. Like, it's just gonna keep going, like it don't close properly. So 3 things I don't like. In this car, 1 is definitely the door. The door is definitely on my number 1. 2 is the big window. When open, wind noise, right? And exactly that's 2 things I don't like. We start at the bad. Number 3, the car doesn't have automatic headlights. not a train smash, but it is what it is. Personally, that's what I don't like. 3 things I like about this car: the drive of the car. 1, that's what I like, right? 2, I like the color, the color scheme of the specific car. I like that. It makes the car stand out. It catches a lot of attention, because I didn't think I'd get so much attention with those cars, but the colors seems to be the one that's getting attention. So that's 2. Then the 3rd thing I like, I also mentioned it in the Swift Sport, is the analog dials. It looks very beautiful, simple at that. Very simple, looks very nice. Very impatient people, but it is what it is. So it's very, very like, I like it. It's very simple. It gets the job done. You see what you need to see. Something that I don't necessarily like as well is in the Swift, it was for the petrol is the gauge, right? Like it's the normal gauge. Here is bars. So what happens sometimes that it'll eat like a bar. And then once you start driving fuel efficiently, the bar comes back. So it's a mismatch, but that's what it is. So this Swift, final thoughts, would I recommend it to someone? Definitely. I'll definitely would. If you're looking for a startup car to get you to point A to B, you get it. The fact that I would get it at this stage of my life, like the fact that I would get it as a daily driver, should mean something to you. I don't think there's a lot of reviews where I'd said I would get a car that I've driven. So those cars, I actually like it. Suzuki, you've done something with this updated model. I see you're getting there. And it looks very nice. Like I keep seeing the previous model, the previous gen. No, this looks very nice. So Suzuki, big ups to you on that. You're getting it done. So I hope sales-wise it goes your ways, because actually Suzuki is a great brand overall. And I'm not just saying this because I'm getting cars from them, but I'm saying this because I'm in it. But essentially, that So Sport is my number 1. The So Sport essentially has to be my number 1. So with that being said, I'm Nicky Nash, and stay tuned to Switch Off South Africa. Bam, 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 bam.